Braves versus Mets. DraftKings has New York favored at -125, and Atlanta's getting plus money action with the total set at 8.5. Ian Anderson is set to start for the Braves, and Taijuan Walker is the projected starter for the Mets. The Braves were pretty active at the trade deadline, but the majority of their moves revolved around their pitching staff.
We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
Expect Ian Anderson's A-game this Friday. When they swapped out reliever Will Smith for Jake Odorizzi, they may have been sending a message to Anderson that he needs to step up his game if he wants to hang on to that fifth spot in the rotation. Mets starter Taijuan Walker is having a fine season. However, his xFIP numbers do suggest he's due for some regression at some point. Friday certainly seems like a day that it could start to happen. Atlanta hitters have the second most home runs in the league versus right-handed pitching this season. This play comes user profile Bluff, and he's taking the plus money action with Atlanta. If you check the BettorOff leaderboard for who's been lighting it up in baseball over the last 30 days, you're going to see that Bluff has won over 40 units in that time. If you want to follow a profile that's been smoking hot, find and follow Bluff. When you tap the follow button on someone's BettorOff profile, you'll get a notification when that person makes more picks. BettorOff is a free app for anyone to use. You'll find a community of sports bettors transparently documenting their wins and losses for anyone to see. I'm Sports Dave. I find the guys performing well on the BettorOff leaderboards, and I promote their conquest of the sportsbooks while also sharing one of their picks for the day's action. We post these videos a few times per week, so if you want to stay locked and loaded with us on this channel, subscribe and tap that bell. Another BettorOff profile that's been banging on the books in baseball this season is Bankroll Flow 23. He has a return on investment close to 15% this season, so we're going to share one of his picks for this game. Yankees versus Cardinals. DraftKings has New York favored at -145, and the Cardinals getting plus 125. The total was set at 8.5. Nestor Cortez is the projected starter for the Yanks, and Dakota Hudson will be on the hill for the Redbirds. Hudson's been going through a rough stretch. In his last 4 starts, the Cards are 0-4, and his ERA during that time is over 5.
High five.
In fact, since the start of the season, his ERA has steadily increased each month. Just take a look at his earned run average each month so far. Now he gets to experience the joys of pitching against the team with the 4th highest OPS against right-handed pitching this season, not to mention the most home runs in the league. The play from Bankroll Flow 23 is to take the Yankees for the first 5 innings on the run line. I really like this play because there seems to be a clear advantage with the starting pitchers here, and this really isolates that matchup a bit more, and you're getting some pretty good odds at -105. Bankroll Flow 23 has more picks for this Friday's action. Find his profile and hit that follow button if you want to check them out. If you check most social media platforms, finding people that will say that they're the GOAT of sports betting isn't too hard. But finding people that are willing to prove it, well, that's another story. But BettorOff is a community of sports bettors willing to do just that. Being a part of the community is easy.
It's so simple.
And it's free. So please, tap the like button to show your support for this channel, and if you really want to do me a solid, please share this video with someone. Next up, I spy a good bet to play in this game. Padres versus Dodgers. FanDuel has Los Angeles favored at -162, and San Diego is getting plus 136 with the total set at 8.5. Sean Manaea is scheduled to be the starter for the Friars, and Tony Gonsolin is expected to be on the bump for the Boys in Blue. After last year's trade deadline disappointment for the Padres, General Manager AJ Preller was determined to not let history repeat itself, and he went all in to get some major talent to San Diego's roster.
That's what you gotta do when you find yourself in a vicious cockfight.
This Padres roster looks like they can bang with the best of them now, and they are going to need to do just that because they need to match wits with their biggest rival and the team with the highest OPS in the league right now. This seems like a pretty tall order for Sean Manaea, who in 4 career starts versus the Dodgers is 0-3 with an ERA of 7. He's going to need to find a way to outperform Tony Gonsolin, who's having a breakout year. However, Gonsolin was one of the pitchers I mentioned in a recent video that you could expect to see some regression from in the second half of the season. And almost as if on cue, in Gonsolin's last 3 starts, he's allowed 12 runs over 16 innings, and his ERA is close to 7 in that time. The play is to take the over in this game. Both of these teams have not had a day off since they got back from the All-Star break. The pitching staffs have got to be pretty spent right now, so I expect the total runs scored to reach double digits in this game. And just a quick reminder, I put out a video after the All-Star break sharing some of the pitchers that you can expect to see fall off in the second half of the season, and a few have done just that with flying colors, so make sure to check out that video right here. Alright guys, we'll be back again soon. Remember to stay tuned by subscribing and tapping that bell. Until next time, best of luck banging on the books.